Hey everyone, hi. It's Teddy Bear and me, Rita, for Miss Rita to the rescue. Benji's here too. Let's see, it's, I don't even know what day it is. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday, September the 9th, and we are doing Cricut Chat. It feels like, I don't know, Tuesday or Friday. I don't know. I always get mixed up on these days. Anyway, I have some really, really awesome news today. And also, I wanted to talk about Window Cling, which is part of this series or part of the segment that we're going to do called Mystery Materials. So these are, if you weren't able to listen yesterday, happy Wednesday. Yes, it is Wednesday, Christine. So if you weren't able to listen yesterday, I did mention that I wanted to do a segment on materials that we all have sort of hanging around that we don't know how to use from Cricut. Because there's, I tried to make a list yesterday and I came up with at least 10, probably more of these materials such as Window Cling. Oh, Bren, I'm so glad you're on because I want to tell you something. So anyway, we're going to talk about Window Cling as the first segment of this mystery materials. And I think that we're going to make this on Mondays. Hi, Leilana. Hi, David. Hi, Penny, I sent out your package yesterday. I'm so sorry that it's late. I sent that out yesterday. Hopefully you'll get it. It said 2-day delivery. I sent it by USPS. So, just so you know. Anyway, so mystery materials is something I thought of that, we have a ton of these wonderful materials that the folks at Cricut introduce, such as faux leather, veneer, window cling, sparkle paper, transparent vinyl, textured vinyl, basswood, chipboard, heavy chipboard. I'm trying to think, but there's a ton of these products out there that they sort of quietly introduce to the, hi Dawn. Window Cling, yes, is my favorite. But anyway, so they quietly introduce these products and they don't make a big fanfare about them. And then I happen upon them. Oh, yeah. No, Leilana is saying she used mosaic iron-on and she wasn't that impressed. And that's the thing is that, some of it's hit or miss, I think, with some of these products. And some of them have been around for a long time and they're not celebrated. I think Window Cling has been around for a really long time. I'm trying to remember, at least 5 years. And it's not available in a whole lot of colors anymore. It used to be a couple of samplers. It used to be several different colors available. Never blue. I was always wondering why they never introduced a blue. I don't know. I was always thinking that they should have one. Let's go and check. Oops, what's going on here? This is my Facebook. So let's go to Cricut. I want to just look at Cricut and see what they have available. I think it's only a few colors. One of the colors that you're going to want to check out is the white. Yeah, I like the Window Cling. Yeah, and it does show up in the mystery boxes. That's where I probably get a lot of these mystery materials. And let's see if we can't find it. It's listed under Window Cling in the other. And here we go. It comes in frosted, which is very nice for doing windows, especially like filigree windows. But right now it's only available in black, orange, red, and white. The white is really interesting because I'm going to show you what I did with the white this morning. I wasn't super careful. I only had a little bit of white left. But remember when we did these? These were the layered Mickey Mouse. Well, I took a piece of white that I had left over. I only had a teeny tiny bit, and I put it on the window cling. So this here is window cling. This is my layered Mickey Mouse vinyl piece. Now this is window cling, so I can do this and it easily comes off. So if you want to do a really intricate, multi-layered image on vinyl and you're like, where do I put it? Maybe you want to put it on a window. You could even put it on a car. It doesn't stay super long on a car, but if it was like temporary for like an event, if you're having a car parade or something like that, this is a great thing. Or if you wanted to make something that was really detailed, because window cling, the thing about window cling is you have to really just do a very simple image. So let me show you. So this is what I mean about simple image. One layer. So this is a great image. And by the way, I'm going to give you the files that show these images because they're a little hard to find. I'm going to show you how to look for them too. But this is what I would call a really simple image for window cling. And the thing about it is it comes off really easy. You do not need transfer tape. Although if you're doing something this long, it might get twisted up, but it's not sticky. You see that? It's not sticky. So you do, if it's something this long, you might need to, just be very careful about putting it on. But it's not sticky, so it's super repositionable, and it can be saved 1 year to the other. Let me see if I can get this one off so I can show you what I mean. And it can be stuck to any sort of smooth glass type or window glass or whatever. I'm going to try it on the computer screen. So this one it's a really big one. I did it in 11.5 inches. I'm putting it on sort of sideways though. Here we go. Whoops. So it's not sticky like vinyl in terms of it's going to stick on itself because it really doesn't. And it just clings. Like that, and then you can smooth it out. I'm reaching really far, but here you go. So it smooths out. Obviously you're going to do a better job than me because you're not going to be like trying to get this on camera. But there you go. Like that. And that's window cling. Mirrors are good. Yes, you can use window cling with the Joy because it's about as thick as vinyl. It cuts beautifully, and I'm going to show you a couple of cuts, and it also weeds beautifully. It's like practically non-existent weeding because when you lift it off, the pieces that are cut, which I think there's one piece here. Yeah. See that? There's a little piece that I just forgot to take out. So there you go. And I could smooth this out a little further, but I'm not going to. I'll just take, and it comes off like this. And yes, you could save it from year to year, sort of put it somewhere and put it back on the original backing, which is what I'm going to do over here. Put on the original backing and save it year to year. And you can do this not just for Halloween, but you can do it for, let's see, I've done it for Easter. I've done it for Christmas. I've done snowflakes with the frosted. Those are adorable. And I put them on my window. You guys know my dogs, right? And so I have, the dogs get to, because they're short, I installed a window that was floor to ceiling, like for the door. It's a storm door. And so they look out and everybody knows them. And so they all wave and everything. So on during seasonal things, I put out things like snowflakes or whatever, and that way they're not just looking at the dogs, they're looking at my little snowflakes too. So window cling, it is not something, it's one of those mystery materials that we talked about, and I'm going to show you how to find some Halloween images too. But before I do that, I wanted to do a little hooray for our YouTube channel, Miss Rita to the Rescue YouTube channel. Last night, I remember mentioning yesterday that I wanted to hit 8,000 by Labor Day, and I was going to count yesterday as part of that. And guess what? We made it. We're at 8,000. 8,000 subscribers, actually more than 8,000 subscribers for our YouTube channel, which is just fabulous. I'm so excited. I never dreamed, oh yeah, on your fridge. I never dreamed that we'd get to 8,000, so I'm pretty excited. Also, I've been doing a giveaway for, to try to get more people there, and also, on the Facebook page. And so I've been giving away this little guy. I've been doing a giveaway for this little guy. It actually took me a little while longer than I thought, but this was the sunflower yellow Cricut Cutie. And I have an announcement. The winner of this sunflower yellow cutie, and I will make the announcement, is Bren McDonald. Bren is the winner of the sunflower yellow cutie. Bren, you know what to do? Bren, it's your bug. This is your bug. And the snowflakes are great. Yep. So Bren, this bug is for you. You know what to do, right? You need to send me an email for, to MissRitaToTheRescue@gmail.com with your name and address. Okay, Bren? And you'll get this and a couple of other fun things sent to you that I have kicking around. It might take me a little while to get it to you, Bren, so be patient, because Penny waited like 4 weeks because I just hardly ever go to the mail center. So Bren, you won our sunflower yellow Cricut Cutie, and I'll show it to everybody. I have actually another announcement, and that is I have a couple of extra cuties that I am going to be doing giveaways for through the fall. So now that we've reached 8,000 YouTube, here's Bren's sunflower yellow cutie. Isn't he adorable? So now that we reached the 8,000, hey, let's set our sights on 10,000. And if we can, and I say we because you guys are the ones that get people to sign up. And so I was thinking we can do another giveaway for the I haven't figured out how to do it yet, but for, let's see, I think I have an extra blush cutie, and I also have an extra gold cutie. So I've got to think of a way to do giveaways that we can get people to sign up for following me on YouTube, which is at Miss Rita to the Rescue on YouTube, or also Facebook, which is also Miss Rita to the Rescue. So tell your friends, and we'll do those other cuties in the future. Bren, send me an email. And thank you all for spreading the word about Miss Rita to the Rescue and about Cricut Chat. And we're just having a whole lot of fun here every weekday at 9 o'clock, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday nights at 7 o'clock for date night. So that's what we've been doing for, I don't know, what is it, 4 months now we've been doing this? May, June, July, August, yeah, almost 5 months we've been doing this daily broadcast of Cricut stuff. So let's keep it up, and let's head into the fall, and maybe we can even get to 10,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Wouldn't that be fun? So enough promotion. Congratulations, Bren. Congratulations to us, Miss Rita to the Rescue, and everything else for hitting the 8,000. Let's enjoy that, and let's keep going further and further. So let's get on with the show, and that is about window cling. Now, one of the things that I mentioned about window cling is that it has to be sort of a simple image, unless you're going to do the thing that I did with the Mickey, which this is done in regular vinyl, and so the vinyl is very sticky. But then what I did was I cut out this shape. This is the window cling right here. I cut out this shape and put it behind. I didn't do a very good job of cutting it out, I'll tell you, because I did it by hand. But I put it behind here so that now I can have if I want to put Mickey Mouse up on my window, but I want to be able to use it again and again, and it's a complex image, then I use the white window cling, and now look, I can just take it off. But other than that, when you're doing window cling, you kind of have to think in terms of silhouettes or single image or single layer images, okay? And that is what we've got here. I've got some Halloween ones here, and I'm going to show you how to find these single layer images, and then we're going to cut some, and I'm going to show you how it weeds as well. Okay, so to look for images, I'm going to go to the image search engine, right? And normally I would go to image sets, but one of the things that I've noticed is that a lot of image sets, remember, you can only search image sets by title. So if, for instance, you're looking for a chicken, I'm only saying chicken because I see this image here. So you're looking for a chicken and you went to image sets and you typed in chicken, unless the set was named with having the word chicken in it, you are never going to find an image set that has chicken. So the same holds true for everything else, including Halloween. So if you went to image sets and you typed in Halloween, you get a respectable number of things, 45 different image sets here, right? And there's quite a few here, which is cool. But I know, because I've been cricketing for a long time, that there are a number of image sets that are not listed here because they have different names. Okay, so how do I find those? Well, if I knew the names, I could type in the name. So for instance, there is one set that I use every year. It's called Creepy Critters. And this is a great little set, and you're going to really, these are really going to enjoy this one. In fact, we're going to do some cards from it later on in the week or early next week. It's a great little cartridge. But remember, if I typed in Halloween, I would not find this if I was looking under image sets. So also, if I went to the basic image set, I could type in something like pumpkin. Sure, I could do that, but it's going to bring everything, including words with pumpkin in there. So you could be searching this 839 images and searching for the perfect pumpkin image. But remember, there's words in here too. That makes it a little bit more difficult. You can also do this with, say, the word witch. You can think of different words like witch. You can do jack-o'-lantern. So that returns, jack-o'-lantern returns 1,200 results. So if you're the kind of person that loves to look through oodles and oodles of images, then do it that way. Do an image search with a keyword. Another way to do it is you can go over here to holidays. So go to holidays, and on the left-hand side, you'll see all holidays, and then there's a choice. And if you choose view more, because Halloween's not listed here, if you choose view more, you get a choice of Halloween, and here are 1,000 images that are all are Halloween. Okay, but something tells me that this is not all Halloween images, because I'm looking at these images and they're all really cool, but I'm not seeing certain ones either. So I know that this is a constant struggle that they're working on trying. And when I worked in retail, e-commerce retail, the search engine was the hardest thing to get right. And so, you know, what I really like about the Cricut folks is that they really are working on it. But I think that in this case, it's a little bit of a work in progress. So I want to just give you a few hints about where you can find more images if you're in the search engine. So when you go to image sets, I showed you already Creepy Critters, but there's also one called Mini Monsters. There's one called Monster Bash. There's a whole bunch of monster ones. So search under image sets for monsters. There's also definitely one for pumpkin. if you go to pumpkin, there's this one that's very old called pumpkin carving. And what I will tell you is that I have actually used these. I've cut them out as a stencil. So here, this face, I've cut it out as a stencil, and then I've put it onto my pumpkin with tape and actually cut around and created a face on my pumpkin, made a jack-o'-lantern. That's a really fun project. Maybe we can do that if I can get my hands on some pumpkins. So that's called pumpkin carvings. Let's see, what else is there? If you type in scary, there's a couple that come up. Oh, just one. This is Teresa Collins. Actually, this is a good set because there's a lot of just silhouettes. So this cat's really cool, or this owl, the raven. So these are the kind of images that we want to be using for window cling. Let's see, what else do we have? Haunting is another word that if you type in on image sets, you'll get a few results, including Haunted Halloween and Happy Hauntings and a few others. A haunting we will go. So basically what I'm telling you is if you're going to look in image search, use a single word search. It may not return anything, or it might return something that you haven't seen because you didn't know the title. So another one that's out there is called Potions and Spells. Really fun, really fun image set, but that you wouldn't find on just doing a search for Halloween. Okay, if that makes sense. And actually, I really love this image, this Something Wicked This Way Comes, which I believe is a Shakespeare quote. So that's pretty cool. Once Upon a Midnight Dreary, that's Edgar Allan Poe. So there is just a lot of really fun images here. Look at that, the Old Black Magic, Wicked. These are really fun images to play with this time of year. So when I finish up this video, I am going to, in addition to giving you a couple of DS files that are free, I'm going to also give you some names for some of these image sets that I know of that are old that I can't seem to find unless I use specific wording for them. And there's, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. There's at least 8, maybe 10 that you're not going to find other than knowing the actual titles, at least until they fix the search engine, right? So, okay. Oh, good. I'm so glad that you do that trick, Dawn. Okay, so here's what we'd do is we would find an image. Now, here's a good example. This is the same image, and some people have asked me, well, why would they have the exact same image, but one is colored, the other one isn't? And this is a good reason to have this. So for this cat, this is the exact same image, but you'll notice that the cat on the right has purple and orange. It's just a layer that's added to the bottom or the back of that image. And this is a simple layer. Now for window cling, we're going to want to choose the simple layer, because if we choose this one, we would have to basically go to the layers and hide them. So window cling is really simple single layer images. So let me show you by pulling it into our little file here. Oh, there's the cat right there. Okay, so here are the 2 cats that we saw, right? This one, it's really cute, but I wouldn't do it in window cling. I might do it in vinyl or paper, but I probably wouldn't do it in window cling. So let me show you on the right-hand side. So this is the one we're looking at. It has 3 layers, and on this side only has 1 layer. Now, if I wanted to cut this in window cling, I would just go and hide these 2 layers, and then boom, there is our image. But it's easier just to get the single layer image, if you get my drift. So that's an idea in terms of why they have those images there. So basically what I've done is I've put together this I have a lot of kitty cats here, so let me just eliminate a couple. But I put together a couple of images that would look really good with window cling to cut out. I also have another, again, I'll give these to you, but I have another one that just has pumpkins. And nope, you do not need to mirror it. Good point. You do not need to mirror it. So here's one thing about window cling is it kind of looks a little bit like vinyl and it looks a little bit like iron-on. So when you're picking up, sometimes people end up with a roll of it by accident. You'll see here it says window cling. See? Window cling. But when you take it out of the roll, it's hard to tell that it's window cling. Part of it's a feel, and I want to show you a couple of things that that I actually thought was window cling, but not. So let's go down here for a sec. So here's what I did. I opened, this is before I got knowledgeable. I opened up a bunch of window cling and then I rolled it all together in a roll, and thinking that this was window cling because it kind of looks it, right? I put it in with the window cling. The owl, I'm going to give you the image for the owl, okay, Penny? But I'm thinking that the owl's on The Chic and Scary from Teresa Collins, but I'm not sure. Well, this is iron-on. This is not window cling. How do I know that? This is a very matte side, and it has this shiny side. So this is iron-on. This is, let me just show you. Come on. There we go. This is window cling. Not sticky, has a backing. It's got a really rubbery feel. Yes, you could mirror it. Yes, of course you could mirror it. But you do not need to mirror it like iron-on. Now, here's the thing. You can put these on the outside of your windows, or you can put them on the inside of your windows, and they peel off really easily. But if you have wording on it, that's a good point, is that we would either put it on the outside so the writing is written here, or if you did it reverse image, or what do you call it, mirror image, and you wanted to put it on the inside of your window, then here is what you would do. You would reverse it. Okay, you would mirror that image. So that's always a choice. So don't feel like, maybe you cut it wrong. It's just putting it on a different side of the window. I don't often do the words, so I hadn't thought about that, but that's a very good point. So it's very like rubbery feeling. I want to tell you that it doesn't have a backing, but that's not always true. Like it doesn't have like a grid or the name, because that's not always true. This one says Cricut, and it's definitely window cling. There we go. Not sticky, has the backing. It says Cricut, but this one, no backing name. I mean, it has a backing, but it doesn't say Cricut. There's no grid or anything, and yet it's window cling. So I think it depends on, when they produced it. Okay? Yes, that's okay, Deb. So anyway, super easy to weed, and I've called this in the past, I've called this the scared person's vinyl. So if you have been afraid to work with vinyl and you're afraid that it's going to get stuck all over you, because that's a real fear, you're like, I don't think I can weed it, stuff like that. Let me show you how easy it is to weed. I don't even need this really for the initial pull, but I am using it because I have no nails right now. So here is something, that same image that I cut out. Look at how easy. There's no like crackling here. And then I can use my little weeding tool and cut through the little areas like this. I did the same thing with these pumpkins. They each have You have to turn it a little sideways to see. But see, you can weed it with your hands. You don't need to weed it with a weeding tool. But if it helps you, then you can certainly do it. But it's not so much of a struggle, you see? And it does cling. So here, if you want to use the weeding tool, you can use the weeding tool like this. And I do have to hold it up to the light to see here we go. So I'm not going to be able to weed too well by holding it up to the light, but here I just want to give you an idea of how it weeds, just like that. Now I would, if you're planning on reusing these, and they are reusable, and if it gets a little dirty, by the way, you can actually wash it off with like some soapy water. So if for instance, somebody put their nose prints all over them or their fingerprints or something, you can wash them. So that's how you weed it. Isn't that fun? So easy. And if you are afraid of doing vinyl, this is a great alternative or a way to get started in vinyl. There you go. So simple. And then you can just take your image, keep the backing for, reusing them, but take the image and there, see, it's not sticky at all, and it will cling onto your machine a little bit. Depends. Not so much. Mostly window cling. Yeah, these are fun. These images are great to work with. I want to just show you how easily it does cut. Yeah, no, they don't, Dawn. I'm going to give the Cricut folks that feedback, okay? But Dawn's asking for the weeding tool without the knife, or selling the weeding tools pieces separate, but they don't right now. Okay, so these are all things I did with the window cling, and obviously this was old window cling because look at it's all it's got all these wrinkles in it. But when you're doing this, it's very simple. You just take the window cling, and even if you just have this little piece, which I do, and I can put it on my mat like this. All right, and let me go back to the screen so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so let's cut out, let's cut out that owl, and maybe, because I have a couple of these, so let's cut out these three. Oh, I don't really want the bat. So let's cut these three out. And by the way, you can move around the images so we can make room. I only have like maybe 5 inches of this purple left. So I want to make sure that my images are above the 5-inch mark, okay? So I can move them around like this. You do not have to accept where the machine puts it, okay? And then we're going to hit continue. And we're going to choose the material window cling. And how do we do that? We go to browse all materials. If you have an Explore, you turn the knob to custom, and then you would get this choice of all the materials, and you can either search for it, it's under other, or easily you can just search. So you can browse or you can search. So if I just type in window, here it is, window cling. By the way, while I'm here, I want to show you this thing called favorites. I don't know if you all know about this, but if you have a favorite or something you're going to be working on a regular basis, you can star them and they'll show up in your favorites. So for instance, this is my favorites right here. And if at any time I decided, I'm not working with vellum all too much, because you can only have a maximum of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, because I always max it out, right? So I know I'm not using copy paper a whole lot, so I can just take that off my favorites. And once I do the this here, see, there are my favorites here. So I don't have to always be searching for them, right? So now that I have gotten rid of copy paper, I can make window cling a favorite by choosing that star. Okay. So then you would choose it and it would be a check mark next to it. Hit done. And we're going to put it in the machine. I'm going to show you. Just putting it in the regular machine and turning it on. Again, this works for the Joy. It's slightly different, but it's the same process. You know, the Joy is a little different. You work it from your iPad or your device, but in this case there are buttons on the Maker and the Explore. So just follow the way that you normally would do it. It just cuts it a little bit differently, but it's the same thought process, the same way to cut it out. Okay. Okay, so it's going to cut that out, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is to weed again. Let's see. Also, we'll tell you about these. These I cut thinking that it was window cling, and I'm going to tell you a secret because we're among friends, but it is actually not window cling, and it wasn't until after I cut it. Whoops. Wasn't until after I cut it did I realize that it wasn't window cling. See, it's sticky. So just another reason for you to, it's removable. So, I mean, you could put it on window. It's not like it's like, oh my gosh, I just ruined my window. But the window cling has a definite different feel to the cutout. Definitely different. It's not sticky at all. See that? It's just going to work with that clinging of working on a window, a mirror, or a very flat surface like a computer screen type of thing. So there is a difference. It's hard to tell. You can't tell from the back either. So when you get window cling, or if you have window cling and you open it up and then you save it for next year, then definitely either keep the wrap or keep them all together in a roll with a rubber band or something, so you don't mistake them for vinyl, repositionable vinyl, or any other kind of vinyl, or iron-on for that matter. So be careful when you are storing this. And there's quite a bit on the roll. Let me see. 48 inches. So you have a very good shot of having leftovers if you're doing it. Again, it's available in white, frosted, red, orange. I don't think the purple's available anymore. Okay, sorry to keep moving you around, but I want to show you. So here it is on my mat. Some of you do weeding on the mat. I don't do it normally, but I'm just going to show you because it might make it a little easier for some of you. But here it is. This is it. That is, whoops, my little cut out there. Okay, and then if there's any weeding, there's no weeding that needs to get done on the witch, but there is weeding, just a couple of pieces for the cat. Does he have any other? Oh, he has a little right here that separates his arms or legs, his legs. Okay, and this one has a little bit more weeding, so I am using a weeding tool. Boop. And I think maybe it's time to change my blade or to sharpen it because it didn't cut all the way through like it normally does. And that's how I usually know when my blade is getting to the place where it needs to be sharpened again, is when it doesn't seem to cut all the way through. That's one of the ways to find out or to consider your blade. Eventually, you have to change your blade. Now, you can sharpen them a little bit with using aluminum foil. Someone else's husband sharpened them. I forget who it was. It might have been Dorothy. Her husband might have sharpened them with a with like a blade sharpener or a knife sharpener or something like that. And so that's possible. But sometimes you do need to change your blades. And so you do want to consider that. And one of the things that could happen is it just doesn't cut all the way through on a very intricate cut, or just even like these pieces here. So that is it. That is it. Now it's a little bubbly, but that's okay, because it will just, so if you have some window cling that, has been hanging around too, don't worry about the bubbles, because it's going to go away when you put it on the screen. So let's show you I don't have a window handy, but I'm going to show you how easy it is. There's my kitty cat. And let's do my witch. Look at how easy. And then you just pick them off, put them someplace else. Or if you have a 3-year-old at home, which I did at one time, and they like to redecorate, this is a perfect redecorating project for them. And so it's a great little product. Another one of those mystery materials that we're doing as part of Cricut Chat. So stay tuned on Mondays, which this segment's going to move to Mondays. It's going to be Mystery Material Mondays. Thank you. I think it was Sarah who came up with that alliteration. So we're going to be doing Mystery Material Mondays, and I'm not sure what we're going to do for a material next Monday, which is only in a few days, so I'm gonna have to think about that. But we're gonna go through all of these interesting, and some of them might not work out for you, and that's okay. But every once in a while, either you bought it because it was on sale, or you got a mystery box and it was in the mystery box and you don't know what to do with it, so it just sits on your shelf. That's a mystery material, and we're going to be doing this every Monday. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today. This is Cricut Chat. Lots of information. We do try to keep it to about a half hour to 45 minutes, Cricut Chat, because we do get a lot of questions, but and I try to answer them as they're live. Some people watch this on the replay, which is often will be available within a couple hours after we do Cricut Chat on YouTube. The only difference there is that you're not able to see the comments or the questions people ask. So if you miss something or the first part of it, go back to the YouTube channel and rewatch it. And I try to keep the pace reasonably well so that you're not having to keep rewinding and seeing what we're doing. All right, so that is it for today. Window cling, Halloween. Come back if you're looking for the design space projects for this. I'm going to post them on the description of it in Facebook, and then of course on the YouTube channel. Thank you everyone for coming today. We're going to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing print then cut. We're going to do some Halloween print then cut. We're going to do some autumn, and we're going to do my favorite corgi stickers. We're doing stickers tomorrow with the print then cut feature. So I hope you tune in at 9 o'clock. Thanks so much for coming. My name is Rita. This is my channel, Miss Rita to the Rescue. Y'all have a great day.